on the massive financial success of Suicide Squad, which we as a species should all be deeply ashamed of,
gave me the space to really reflect on the mistakes of my past.
Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn proved to be the film's breakout character, so it was only a matter of time before she got a movie all to herself.
He happens to be the only person who actually cares about me.
I do?
This was actually on the cards back in May 2015, a year before Suicide Squad was even released. Robbie had pitched the idea for an R-rated female-led DC film, but the executives turned her down at first due to lack of interest. However, just a year later, the studio picked the project back up, commissioning Christina Hodson to write the script, with Robbie returning to star as well as acting as producer. However, production stalled in development hell for over 3 years as the studio weren't impressed with the initial drafts, and it was only when they were satisfied with the script that the project was finally greenlit.
We're fucked.
When choosing who would direct the film, Robbie was insistent that a woman should be taking the reins, selecting Kathy Yan after being impressed with her debut feature film Dead Pigs. Yan instantly accepted the offer, excited at the chance to make a film that would smash the patriarchy. Her words, not mine. When it came to which characters would appear in the movie, both Huntress and Black Canary were confirmed to be part of the lineup, played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead and Journey Smollett respectively. However, problems began to arise when choosing who should be the villain. The filmmakers initially wanted the Penguin as the antagonist, but they were denied as the character was already reserved for Matt Reeves' The Batman, forcing them to switch to another character, eventually settling on Black Mask. Sam Rockwell, Sharlto Copley and even Nicolas Cage were offered the role until Ewan McGregor accepted the part. And I'm sure the fact that he was boinking one of the actresses didn't hurt.
These are serious accusations.
Filming began in January 2019 in Los Angeles, California and wrapped that same April, but further problems began to plague the production. When Kathy Yan showed her initial cut to Warner Brothers, they weren't especially impressed, demanding that she cut the movie down even further. This shorter version was then test screened to an audience who panned the movie, particularly the action scenes and the original ending, which we'll talk more about later. This reaction caused Warner Brothers to panic, leading to them demanding another month of reshoots to salvage the picture. But Yan wasn't available to return as director, leading to the studio hiring Chad Stahelski, best known for the John Wick films, to oversee the process.
Okay.
Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, catchy title you got there, guys,
And no one gives two fucks.
was released on February the 7th, 2020, and despite getting positive reviews, it wasn't nearly as successful as expected, only grossing $205 million worldwide, barely managing to break even with its $100 million budget.
Let's make it $500,000.
Though some blame the fact that the movie premiered just weeks before the COVID-19 lockdown shut cinemas for good, many took the film's financial disappointment as a sign that audiences were starting to get sick of the DCEU. What, 5 of the previous 7 films being shit wasn't enough of a clue for you?
Ouch.
For her part, Kathy Yan felt that the movie's failure was due to immense audience expectations, specifically that they weren't ready for a female-led action film. There were expectations on a female-led movie, and what I was most disappointed in was this idea that perhaps it proved that we weren't ready for this yet. I think there were certainly different ways you could interpret the success or lack of success of the movie, and everyone has a right to do that, but I definitely feel that everyone was pretty quick to jump on a certain angle. Of course, that's why the movie failed! We just weren't ready for a successful female-led action movie! You know, except for Aliens, Atomic Blonde, Charlie's Angels, Mad Max Fury Road, Rogue One, Terminator 2, Haywire, Tomb Raider, Salt, Kill Bill 1 and 2, The Old Guard, Nikita, The Long Kiss Goodnight, Lucy, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, all 4 Hunger Games movies, and the Wonder Woman film from your own fucking franchise! But she doesn't even try to hide her feminist propaganda bullshit in the film!
This is a man's world. It would be nothing without a woman.
Woo! Subtle. Maybe it flopped because the film was shit!
Fuck that.
Okay, look, let's just give it a chance, or I'll be open-minded, let's just see what they've got.
They say, if you want to tell a story right, you gotta start at the beginning.
And I hate it already. I don't even know where to start. The weird-ass music, the annoying narration, the most basic cliche ever, which they ripped straight off from, what, Deadpool, Goodfellas, Spider-Man, just to name a few. How many films have done this exact same opening narration? Look at it, looks like the animator of the Honey I Shrunk the Kids intro got drunk and vomited on the screen. The whole setup to this film is that Harley Quinn and the Joker have since broken up because Jared Leto was awful and nobody wanted him back. A breakup scene between them was actually filmed using a body double for Jared Leto, but it was dropped when it was decided that the focus of the film should be on Harley instead. Now, it's because Jared Leto was awful and nobody wanted him back.
This is spectacular news.
So naturally, Harley is on her own and breaks this dude's legs cartoon style. What, his legs made out of jelly? Seriously, this apparently does take place in the same universe as the fucking Wacky Races. At least it's consistent, I'll give it that. It continues the annoying editing of Suicide Squad trying to be edgy with the music. Because the soundtrack is just as inconsistent as well. It doesn't matter if the music fits or anything. If it's a good song, just use that. God, these films fucking suck. The editing is awful. See, what was the point in that cut? Mid-fight, they cut, nothing happens for a split second, and then they cut again! I'm pretty sure at this point, someone just handed a film studio over to a bunch of toddlers as a social experiment just to see what would happen, and they accidentally made millions.
Ew, gross.
Ewan McGregor is the villain in this one, looking like Elton John, but I have to say he is the best part of the film. He is truly an evil, sadistic villain. He is severely fucked up, and I'm all for it.
Get up there and fucking cut it off her. Do it now! Take your fucking dress off! Just rip it off her, hurry up!
He is far too good to be in this film. He is giving it his all and is so wasted. You'd have to be wasted to agree to this shit!
That's crazy.
The movie continues the trend of what so many films have been trying to do in the past few years, and that is getting us to feel sorry for murderers. What is the deal? Harley Quinn is a criminal, she's a killer!
I'm just a terrible person, I guess.
You kept telling us every 20 seconds in the last film!
We're bad guys.
So what do you expect us to feel sorry for the bitch?
Harley Quinn and the Joker broke up.
What?
This was their spot. She just publicly updated her relationship status.
I didn't just hear that.
Cops who never would have dared come after me before were suddenly doing this.
I mean, you were arrested. And the Joker wasn't. He was free. So clearly they weren't afraid to come after you. Don't get me wrong, it's an interesting idea. She now has to deal with all the people that she hurt in the past with the Joker, but why is nobody searching for the damn Joker? They say that they're afraid, but nobody was afraid before. It was all, oh look, there's the Joker, let's go get him. In fact, why is Batman not going after him? Wait, why is Batman not going after Harley? I know Ben Affleck was done by this point, but from a story perspective, it makes no sense why he'd just let her walk free. And that's the problem. 1 minute she cries and wants sympathy because Joker led her to a life of crime, and then the next minute she's shooting people and beating them up. But the movie goes back and forth more times than a Tarantino flick if it had sex with Christopher Nolan, so you can never even keep track if it's present day or not. But when it is definitively present day, she still wants sympathy. Yeah, poor me, I have nobody to celebrate with as I murder innocent people. Life is tough. Look at this poor defenseless woman, all she wants is some friends.
I will kill you. I do not care that you're a kid.
Justice for Harley. You kill people! Her only mate turns on her and we're supposed to feel bad for her. You torture and kill people, you bitch! And the comedy is painfully unfunny.
Thinking about breakfast. Egg, bacon, American cheese, soft, toasted, buttered roll. Just a dash of hot sauce.
Not too much, Sal.
The fuck am I watching? She even dramatically loses a sandwich in slow-mo. This should be really funny. But it's not. She even gets drunk at one point and it's about as funny as Auschwitz. With Amy Schumer inside. Okay, it is a little amusing when she gives this Asian kid a pipe bomb and casually convinces her to blow someone up with it. But a lot of the time, the comedy just comes out of nowhere and it doesn't even match the tone of the movie or even the scene that it's in.
Do you know who I am?
The crossbow killer.
They call me.
The crossbow killer.
They call me.
The crossbow killer?
They call me. Huntress.
Where did that come from? It's like it's a parody movie all of a sudden. The comedy in Shazam worked really well because it was goofy and light-hearted. But here, it's dark and gritty and trying to be edgy and then randomly throws that in and it just doesn't fit.
Why? You said they wouldn't find us.
Chillax. No one knows we're here.
Arlene Quinzel, this is Gotham Police.
Okay, so they know.
Oh! Right in the shit! Oh, no, not that one. Sentimental value. Try this.
You're kidding.
What? Gotta take care of the girls. Ooh! Aren't you glad you wore that? Sexy and bulletproof.
This movie is also a reminder that not every side character should get more screen time. Did Minions teach us nothing? Did we learn not a thing from Joey? There's a reason they were kept minimal. I never expected Margot Robbie's voice to be like nails on a fucking chalkboard, but here we are.
Fine. It was dumb luck. But still, that felt pretty great. 15 years ago, one of the wealthiest mafia families in Gotham was gunned down. It was a power grab, but the real target was the Bertinelli's super secret offshore bank accounts.
What have you got to lose? If you boys find it first, swear to God you can kill me later. Pinky swear. Cross my heart, hope to fart.
You're so tiresome!
That's much better.
You're so tiresome!
Hell, anytime a scene actually looks like it might be somewhat interesting, she comes in to ruin it.
Do you know why you're here?
When it comes to me and Roman Sionis,
Who are you?
They call me.
my bad. Should have introduced you.
And just when you think she can't possibly get any more annoying.
Can I help you?
Why, yes, you can. I'm here to report a terrible crime.
Oh, and she still doesn't act like she's schizophrenic. But don't worry, she'll tell you that she is.
The inflection in your voice, the way you can't hold eye contact, and the fact that you're a filthy little thief all suggest that you do.
No one is like me. If you wanted to even come close, you would have to go to medical school, become a psychiatrist, work in an asylum, fall in love with your patient, break said patient out of said asylum, begin a life of crime, jump into a vat of chemicals to prove yourself to a madman, get arrested by the Batman, go back to jail, get out of jail with a bomb in your neck, save the world, go back to jail and break out of jail before breaking up with the aforementioned madman and going out on your own. Psychologically speaking, vengeance rarely brings the catharsis we hope for.
But look, she talks to a hyena. See, she is nuts.
How do I be like you? Well, except for the crazy part.
Is she crazy though? How Ewan McGregor acts more crazy than she does. She was actually supposed to have 2 pet hyenas, but this was changed as animating just one was already expensive enough. And it's stupid.
It's art.
The setup itself is so ridiculously overdone and cliche it's not even funny. The bad guys are trying to get hold of a stolen diamond. Yeah, this is a superhero film. In 2020.
Are you serious?
There's a subplot of a cop who, by the way, what the hell kind of cop wears a shirt like this? At work! And her boss is Creighton Duke, imagine that!
Son of a bitch. You remember me?
The director thinks she's clever, so we go back and forth in time, a lot to memories that Harley Quinn couldn't possibly recall because even though she's telling the story, she's not even in the same flashback! How is she remembering this? This movie can't master the simple act of a flashback. But this is severely messed up. She gets completely smashed and is probably about to get raped, and this woman just walks by and goes to leave. What the hell? Eventually she does come back, but still, dickhead. So that Asian kid actually ends up stealing the diamond, and I must admit, Ewan McGregor's reaction to finding out is hilarious.
Yeah, she is.
She's a child!
But this kid is an idiot who decides to eat the diamond. Yeah, so I'm not even joking. This is now a superhero film that revolves around waiting for a child to poop.
I can't give it to you.
Why not?
Because I ate it, okay?
I don't even think that was in the script. I think Margot Robbie was genuinely so frustrated at the project that she couldn't help but release that look of rage and disdain to the director, and they kept it in. Now, bear witness to Harley Quinn breaking the fourth wall.
Oh God, stop. You're gonna do that thing where you open up a weird-ass case of torture devices while inexplicably detailing your master plan and how I don't fit into it.
I'm building a better...
Seriously, you don't have to, really.
Followed by Ewan McGregor talking to the writers.
And you're really not as clever as you think.
The movie seems to think pointing out all of their flaws automatically gives them a free pass. It doesn't.
When the fuck did she have time to do a shoe change?
Stop it! You're not clever or funny. You're lazy and incompetent, and you're just laughing and pointing out the fact that you're lazy and incompetent. But you know what this movie is missing? A musical number?
A kiss on the hand, maybe quite continental.
I can't wait for Joker 2! All of the criminals get released and target her, which is a pretty cool idea, but of course they all only attack her one by one. She even ends up getting tranquilized, but it must be a weak-ass tranquilizer as she starts moving again in just a few minutes. It's just sad. It's like they're trying to turn the Asian kid into the new hit girl and it just falls flat. They just give a child a bunch of curse words to say and it'll be cool and edgy.
We're gonna work together and we'll get out of here in one piece, okay?
Because it worked so well in Suicide Squad, and the horde of supervillains are just Harley Quinn and a bunch of nobody characters we barely know who aren't interesting or the least bit entertaining. And they stop the bad guys by singing. You think I'm joking? You think I'm joking? You think I'll make up something like that? Yeah, why would DC, a big, high-budget blockbuster production studio, have a supervillain defeat other supervillains with the power of song? That's just ridiculous, right? Roll it. Excuse me while I go feed my genitals to a buzzsaw. Man, it's a good thing this is taking place on the longest and straightest road in all of Gotham City. I will admit, Ewan McGregor's death is pretty cool, even if you blink and you miss it. It's like they run out of time in the office and just rush to wrap up the ending as quickly as possible. I also love how the cop is quite happy to just join forces with serial killer Harley Quinn and her criminal friends. Not a problem, all is forgiven. The original ending the test audiences hated so much would have actually revealed that the diamond, acting as the film's central MacGuffin, was secretly a hard drive that contained explicit photos of Black Mask, but this was changed to an actual diamond in the final cut. Yep! The big bad villain in this big bad DC Hollywood blockbuster was going to be defeated by the power of dick pics. This movie blows! It's not funny, the lead is beyond irritating, the supporting characters are bland as plain rice, the story is lazy and cliche, the acting is passable to heavily edited to shit. But at least it's not Suicide Squad! I feel like Margot tried her best, and I do blame the writing and the director for this. The character is supposed to be annoying, but that's the very reason she shouldn't have a feature film with her narrating every fucking thing! I should have known it was too good to be true after I actually enjoyed one of these, and we've still got quite a way to go. How's my voice holding up? Because I just filmed the first 8, 9, 8, I think, of these. Boom.